know most of you, maybe not all of you. I'm Jessie Mahoney, and this is our kind of usual Saturday morning Mindful Healthcare Collective Yoga that's spreading out to other folks too, which is fantastic. The more the merrier. And it's an all levels class, so adjust anything from your home that you may need to. Certainly, it's hard for me to see you in your little Zoom boxes, so adjust as needed, and anything that doesn't work for you, don't do it. The idea in yoga is to learn to listen to your own body and adjust and modify as needed. I hope you all had a lovely day yesterday, whatever you may or may not have celebrated. And I'd like to have a theme-ish in each of my classes. And today I just wanted to explore this idea of connection. I know that this year our connections look very, very different than they usually do. And so thinking how we are connected despite all of our differences and isolation. And I use this yoga every weekend as a way to connect with those of you near or far. And I know we have lots of people from far joining today, so I'm grateful for that. So ground your sit bones into the earth beneath you and notice that connection. As you tilt your pelvis forward slightly and grow your spine tall and long towards the sky. Drop your shoulders with intention and flip your palms open towards the sky. And take a moment just to connect to your breath. Notice the air coming through your nose and out through your mouth. And focus on the breath here. A few deep inhales with long exhales. Just notice how it feels. Notice the connection between the breath and all the cells in your body. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your left hand to your heart and put your right hand atop and press in gently into that heart space. And notice how that feels. Slight release of oxytocin, or we call it the feel-good hormone. And notice with the breath how it circulates throughout your body. And just enjoy for a moment if you can feel your heartbeat underneath your hand. And that first connection just to yourself and who you are here in this moment on your mat this morning. And then take a moment and think about all of the other connections that you may have in your family and in the world, sending out just some intention towards them, wherever they may be. And then come back into your Zoom space and ground into the floor beneath you. And once again, grow your spine tall and long towards the sky. Take in a huge deep inhale and a huge exhale. And bring your hands to heart center, palms together, finger pads touch, elbows out wide. And connect for a moment with that light within you and that light outside of you, wherever you may be, outside the window, up in the sky. And just take a moment to connect to this moment in time. And think for a moment about your intention for this next hour. How might you be able to connect better to yourself, to those you love, and to the world around you? And note for one final moment your seat ground into the earth. And notice that your ability to connect comes from the strength within and strength below. And tap into that to carry with you. Take in a deep inhale through your nose. A huge exhale. Bring your hands to your thighs and slowly open your eyes. Gaze softly at the floor or the room in front of you and allow the light to come back in. Inhale both arms up towards the sky, palms together. Exhale, bring your right hand to the earth, ground it into the earth, and reach your left fingertips over towards the right side. Ground that left hip into the earth. Press your right palm into the floor and stretch your whole left side body towards the right side. Take a deep inhale into the left side body and a huge exhale. Another deep inhale. And turn your gaze to look over the left shoulder and let it out. Another deep inhale. And huge exhale. Press into the right hand. Reach both arms up towards the sky. On the exhale, ground your left hand into the earth, right hip grounds into the earth, right fingertips reach over towards the left this time. Huge stretch in the right side body. And let it out. Another deep inhale into the right side body. And gaze over the right shoulder. One more deep inhale. And let it out. Inhale, press into the left hand, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, drop your shoulders gently. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky, ground your hips into the earth. Twist towards the right, drop your right hand behind you, left hand to the right knee. Inhale, grow your spine long and tall towards the sky. Exhale, twist towards the right, and just wring it out, everything in there that wants to go. Deep inhale. And exhale, wring things out, connect into the earth beneath. Inhale, grow tall, and exhale, twist. Inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky, twist back to the center. On the exhale, twist towards the left this time. Left fingertips tent behind you, right hand to left knee. Inhale, grow tall towards the sky. Exhale, wring it out. Inhale, reach your spine tall and long. Exhale, twist and wring it out. One last breath on this side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, back to the center and release your arms towards your side. Roll your shoulders back 3 times. Roll out any kinks, any stretch or strain. Roll them forward 3 times. And take out whatever you're sitting on from underneath you and come to sit on the mat. Your legs long in front of you, toes flexed towards the sky. Rock side to side on your sit bones. So your hips ground into the earth and connect beneath once again. Tilt your pelvis forward. Grow your spine long towards the sky. Hinge gently at the waist. Knees can be bent a little bit. Inhale, raise both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward towards your toes and allow your head and neck to release completely. Notice all the sensations in the back body and just connect to them. Send the breath into the space between the scapula and let it out. 2 deep inhales. Another deep breath in, huge breath out. Slowly rise your torso and the crown of your head up towards the sky and press your knees into the earth. Straight your legs, raise your heels up off the floor. Bring your hands behind your seat, tense your fingertips and puff your chest out towards the front. Deep inhale and big exhale. Another deep inhale here and huge exhale. Dandasana or staff pose. Every muscle should be engaged in your legs. Chest fills, especially that space behind the heart. Make room for it to fill in diastole. And spread that nourishment to the rest of your body with each heartbeat. One more deep breath into your chest. And then let everything go. Flip your legs around to the side and come up into hands and knees. Hands directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. Spine is flat. Tabletop position, your head and neck are in line with your spine. All 5 fingers open wide, ground into the earth. All 10 knuckles ground into the earth. Both palms ground into the earth. Engage your belly and your core, every muscle engaged. Press the tops of your shins into the earth and the tops of your feet into the earth. Connect with the earth underneath. 2 deep breaths here. On the next inhale, arch your spine, reach the crown of your head and your sit bones up towards the sky into cow pose. Exhale, round and stack your belly up into cat pose. Inhale, cow. Just notice all the sensations with the movement this morning or midday. I know many of you are actually on the East Coast. Inhale for cow and exhale for cat. One more like this, just mobilizing your spine and all the tiny muscles in your core. Move with intention. We'll meet back in tabletop position. Walk your hands a handprint forward, curl your toes, and shoot your hips out into downward dog. Begin by just walking the dog out, bend one knee and then the other. Notice all the sensations in the backs of your legs. Press into both hands, connect into the earth, ground the balls of your feet into the earth, and shoot your hips up and back towards the sky and towards the back of the mat. Notice this full stretch in your spine here. Lift up onto your tiptoes high as you can towards the sky and slowly lower your heels towards the earth. Another deep breath into your chest. Focus your attention a foot or 2 in front of your feet. 2 huge inhales here. Another deep inhale. Lift high up onto your tiptoes. Bend your knees and lower your shins to be parallel to the earth. Press into your hands and shoot your hips back towards the back of the mat. Once again, every muscle in your arms engaged, legs engaged. Hold it for 2 breaths here. Notice if things are wiggling or wobbling. Shoot those hips up towards the sky, up on your tiptoes once again, and slowly lower your heels towards the earth. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Come into an easy forward fold. Allow your head and neck to release completely. Widen your feet if need be. Take your hands, grasp your elbows, and just sway gently. Shift into your toes, shift your weight into your heels. Rock towards the right and towards the left. Notice all the sensations everywhere. And take a moment and just go within. Lower your hands towards the earth, engage your belly, and slowly roll up to stand, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your head will be the last to rise. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears with intention. Draw them towards the back of the mat and slowly lower them towards the earth, palms open towards the front. Tadasana or mountain pose. Lift your toes up off the mat. Lower them down. Ground all four corners of your feet into the earth. Engage your kneecaps, engage your thighs, tuck your pelvis slightly, grow your spine long and tall towards the sky. Deep inhale and exhale. One more deep inhale here. Connect into the earth, grow your spine long and tall, and let it go. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky, palms together, slight arch back. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum, elbows out wide. Take a moment here to connect once again to yourself, to those you love, and to the world around you. Even from your own bubble or your own pod. How are we all one? Connected, if nothing else, through our internet wires. Slowly lower your hands towards your sides. Raise your arms up towards the sky. Once again, slight arch back. Fold forward towards the earth, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight. Crown of the head reaches towards the front of the mat. Sit bones reach backwards. Exhale, forward fold once again. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight. Sit bones reach back. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands forward. Come back to downward dog. Once again, ground all 10 fingers into the earth, all 10 knuckles. Press both palms downward. Pie shapes between each finger. Shoot your hips up and back with intention towards the back wall. Drop your head and your neck closer to the earth. Shift your weight forward into plank, top of the push-up. Engage your belly, every muscle in there. Strong back, strong core. And just connect once again to the ground beneath. Shift your heels towards the left. Weight comes into the left hand. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Come into side plank. If you need to, you can bend your left knee and come into gate pose, whatever works better for you. Right fingertips reach up towards the sky. Deep inhale here. One more breath. Slowly lower your right hand. Bring your heels back to center. Come back to plank. Even everything out. Shift your weight towards your right hand. Heels drop towards the right. Left fingertips reach towards the sky. Deep breath into your chest. 2 more breaths here. Bring your left hand back towards the earth. Heels come back to center. Top of the push-up once again. Press back to downward dog. Hips reach skyward. Lift up on your tiptoes. Reach your sit bones towards the sky. Press into both hands. Hips press up and back. From here, bend your knees out wide, toes together, and press back into child's pose. Your hips will sink back down and low over your heels, and your fingertips walk as far forward as possible. Both forearms connect to the earth. And your forehead, if you can, reach the earth, grounded into the earth beneath. Five deep breaths here. Take a moment to go within. Press into your hands, uncurl your toes, and shoot your hips back up to downward dog. Ground both hands into the earth once again. On the inhale, raise your right foot up towards the sky. Stack your hips, bend that right knee and open your right hip. Roll your right ankle towards the right and towards the left. Straight your right leg, square your hips towards the center, heel presses into the back wall. Engage every muscle in that right leg, left leg is straight. On the next exhale, gently bring your foot between your hands. We're gonna come right up into warrior two. So right toes gently towards the front of the mat. Your left toes are pigeon-toed towards the front left corner of the mat. Cartwheel your arms open into warrior two. Your right ankle should be in front of your right knee. So wiggle those right toes forward if you need to protect your knee. Arms out wide in both directions. Inhale, lengthen your spine towards the sky, grow tall and long. Exhale, sink into those hips a little bit more. A really long warrior two stance here. Inhale, reach your spine long and tall towards the sky. Exhale, sink into your hips. One more here. Breathe into your chest. And exhale, sink a little bit lower. Bend your right forearm, lower your right forearm onto your right thigh. Reach your left hand up and over the left ear. Come into side angle pose. Ground from the left outer edge of your left foot through your left fingertips. The whole left side body stretches long. Deep inhale into that left side body. Your weight on that right thigh should just be light. If that doesn't work for you, you can bring your right hand to the earth, or if you have a block. I know some of you have more props than others at home. Whatever works for you is fine. One more deep breath here. Next inhale, cartwheel your arms back up to warrior two. Inhale, lengthen your spine tall. And exhale, sink once again into your hips. Tap that right hip back, left hip forward. Your arms may be shaking a little bit. Gaze over the right middle finger. On the next exhale, shift your weight back, come into peaceful warrior. Left hand comes down the left thigh, right fingers up over your head towards the back wall crease between the wall and the ceiling. Deep breath in, big breath out. One more breath here. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Straight your right knee, hips shift back towards the back of the mat, left hip, tip forward, and we'll come into Trikonasana or triangle pose. Both legs are straight, right hand will come to your knee, your shin, or your ankle. Left fingertips reach skyward. Deep inhale, and big exhale. Trikonasana or triangle pose. Take your left hand and wrap it into that right hip crease. Roll your chest open, look skyward if it's okay for your neck, and send the breath into that space behind your heart. Notice that extra spot opening up here. Send the breath to make room for your heart to fill. Let go of any tightness and make room for more connection. Even through our differences and our locations across the world, make space there. Reach that left hand back up towards the sky. Inhale, rise back up. Bend your front knee, come back to warrior two. Two more breaths here. Tack that right hip back, left hip forward. Cartwheel your hands towards the earth and step back to downward dog. Just walk your feet out here. Walk the dog, bend one knee and then the other. Ground both hands into the earth. With intention, shoot your hips back and up towards the sky. Lift up on all of your toes. Heels as high as you can get them. Once again, press into your hands, hips shoot back and up, and slowly lower your heels towards the earth. Notice all the sensations. Allow your head and neck to hang. Next, inhale, raise your left leg towards the sky. Heel presses into the back wall, three-legged dog. Bend that left knee, open your hips. Stack your hips, roll your ankle to the left and to the right. Send the breath into the front of that left hip. Extend your heel towards the back wall, hips square. Every muscle engaged once again. Gently, on the exhale, bring your foot between your hands. Cartwheel your arms open to warrior two on this side. Inhale, lengthen your spine long and tall towards the sky. Exhale, sink into your hips. Walk those left toes farther in front if need be, so your left knee does not extend beyond your ankle. Inhale, reach tall and long towards the sky. Exhale, sink a little bit lower into the hips. Inhale, reach your spine long and tall. Open your chest, fill it up with air. And exhale, sink a little bit lower. Use the breath to nourish you here, to make space in your chest. Another deep breath here. Bend your left arm, left forearm to left thigh. Right arm reaches over the right ear into side angle pose. Outer edge of your right foot grounds into the earth. Lengthen your whole right side body from the outer edge of the right foot all the way through your left fingertips. Stretch long and tall here. Side angle pose. Left elbow is light on the left thigh, or you can reach your hand to the earth or a block or a book, whatever you have. 2 more breaths here, even if you're noticing some shaking. Just allow all the wiggles and the wobbles. Inhale, rise back up to warrior two. Exhale, sink a little lower into those hips. Once again, inhale, lengthen your spine, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, sink a tiny bit lower. Straight that left knee, shoot your right hip back towards the back wall. Bring your left fingertips as far forward over your left toes as you can, and drop your hand to your shin, ankle, floor, knee, whatever works for you, Trikonasana. Roll your chest open, right hand reaches towards the sky. Your gaze can be towards the floor or towards your right hand, whatever works for you. Take your right hand, wrap it into your left hip crease, roll your chest open, and send the breath into those spots behind the heart. Make space for the heart to fill completely. Three breaths here. Roll that chest open with intention. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Once again, engage your right side body, rise back up to stand. Bend that left knee, come back to warrior two. We'll drop our right hand down the right thigh, reach your left fingertips up towards the crease between the ceiling and the back wall. Come into peaceful warrior on this side. Inhale and exhale. Another deep breath here. And let it out. Stretch the whole left side body. Reach those left fingertips towards the back wall crease. Come back to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands back towards the earth and step back to downward dog. Pause in downward dog once again. Close your eyes for a moment and just focus on your chest here. Focus on the heart space and the lungs. Fill up every nook and cranny of the lungs here with each breath, with attention and intention. Take a moment to notice your hands ground and connect to the earth, and your toes connect to the earth. Lift up onto your tiptoes and step, hop or jump to the front of the mat. Come into a forward fold once again. Knees will be bent gently. Place your left hand on the floor in between your feet. Bend your left knee, straight your right leg, and twist towards the right. Roll that right wrist out towards the sky. Look up towards your right hand if you can. You'll notice a lovely stretch in the outer edge of the right thigh and the right hip. Bring your right hand, replace the left, bend your right knee, straight your left leg, and reach your left hand and twist towards the left. Roll your wrists out on either side. Bring your right hand back towards the earth. Bend your knees a little bit. Bring both hands to your sacrum. Reclasp your hands. Press your fists towards the back of the mat. Straighten your elbows and allow your fists to fall over your head towards the front of the mat. Release your head and neck completely. Notice the stretch in the front of the shoulders. Allow your hands to fall another inch or so forward towards the front of the mat. Bend your left knee, straight your right, and twist gently towards the right side. Notice and connect with all those sensations. Draw your attention to them. Bend your right knee, straight your left, twist towards the left. Come back to center. Allow your hands to fall another inch towards the front of the mat. Head and neck release a little more. Bring your hands back to your sacrum. Release the clasp of your fingers and allow them to run down the backs of your thighs towards the earth. Engage your belly and slowly roll up to stand. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is the last to rise. Shoulders scrunch up towards your ears. Draw them back towards the back of the mat and lower them towards the earth. Tadasana or mountain pose. Take a moment and notice all of the tingles moving through you. Excuse me. Deep breath into your chest and a big out breath. Open your eyes, ground your left foot into the earth, raise all 5 toes on your left foot and lower them towards the earth. Bend your right knee. We're going to come into dancer pose. You're going to take your right hand, grab your right ankle. Your hips should be even and square towards the front. Start just with your right foot in your right hand, left leg straight, even your hips towards the earth. Left hand is at your left thigh to start. When you're ready, raise your left fingertips up towards the sky. Just come into a balanced pose here. Take it slowly. Notice all the wiggles and the wobbles. Connect to the earth beneath. Reach your fingertips tall towards the sky above. Breathe into your chest here. Connect with all of this, everything that's shifting, moving, wiggling. For those of you that wish, you can tip forward into dancer pose. Tip your torso forward, left hand forward, right foot presses into your right hand. Once again, just notice. Connect with everything that's happening here in this moment. What works for you, what doesn't work for you. If you need to hang onto the wall, you can do that. Inhale, come back upright, perpendicular towards the sky. Reach towards the sky, hips even. Lower your left hand to your left thigh. Release your right foot and just shake it out. Notice that left ankle, left leg, whatever you may be feeling there. Wag your hips side to side, roll your shoulders. Connect with everything. Ground the right foot into the earth. Lift up all 5 toes, lower them down. Take your left hand, grab your left ankle. Bring your left foot towards your left buttock, left knee is bent. Even those hips out, square them flat towards the floor. When you're ready, inhale, raise your right hand towards the sky. Take a few moments here in this vertical, straight up and down position. Focus on the breath and your chest. Connect with your heart center here. Take a moment, connect to the earth through your right foot. Your left hand into your left foot and your right fingertips reaching skyward. For those of you that wish, tip your torso forward, right hand comes forward, left foot presses into the left hand. Notice all the sensations, connect with whatever may be happening for you here. Rise back, upright, vertical. Once again, pause here. Lower that right hand to your right hip, release your left hand and just shake it out. Roll your shoulders back 3 times. And forward 3 times. Lift all 10 toes up and lower them down. Ground your feet into the earth once again. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky, palms together, slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold once again. Inhale for a half lift. Hips shoot backwards, spine straight and long, crown of the head reaches forward, move with intention. Exhale, forward fold. Ground your hands into the earth and step straight back to downward dog here. Hips shoot back and up once again. Inhale your right foot up towards the sky and immediately on the exhale, draw it between your hands, come into Anjaneyasana or low lunge. Back knee is bent, back shin presses into the earth, untuck your back toes, engage your belly and inhale your fingertips straight up towards the sky. Wiggle those right toes forward if need be, and exhale, sink into your hips. Inhale, reach tall, tack the right hip back, left hip forward gently. And exhale, just sink into the front of the left hip, letting things go there. Inhale, reach tall, connect the back shin into the earth, top of the back foot. Exhale, sink lower. One more deep inhale here. Focus on your chest, again, on that heart center. Exhale, sink in a little bit farther. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to either side of the right foot, sorry. Curl your back toes, straight your back knee, lift up into a high lunge. Ground your left hand into the earth, twist open towards the right this time. Easy twist, we call it. Ground your left hand into the earth, right fingertips reach skyward, chest open once again. Take your right hand, wrap it into your left hip crease, roll your chest open once again. Look skyward for a moment. One more deep breath here. Reach your right hand up towards the sky once again. Lower it on either side of your right foot. Press off your back toe, step that back foot forward and come into pyramid pose for a moment. Tap your right hip back, left hip forward. Notice the release in the back of the right thigh, right leg. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, reaches towards the front. You may be up on your tiptoes, or your fingertips, sorry. Exhale, fold forward over that right leg and let everything go. We carry a lot of tension in the back of the thighs, and hamstrings. So sometimes here a lot of emotion comes up. Send the breath into the back of that right leg and let it go. Making space for more connection with yourself, with others. Bring your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Come into a forward fold once again. Knees bent. Grasp your elbows this time and allow your head and neck to just release. Shift your weight into your toes. Back into your heels, towards the left and towards the right. Just enjoy it. Release your hands towards the earth, engage your belly, and slowly roll up to stand, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is the last to rise with intention. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Draw them back towards the back of the mat and lower them down towards the earth. Palms open towards the front of the mat once again. Tadasana or mountain pose. Inhale deeply into your chest. And huge exhale, ground your feet into the earth on the exhale. Inhale, arms out and up towards the sky. Slight arch back, palms together. Fold forward towards the earth. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step back directly to downward dog. Connect your hands into the earth. Balls of the feet into the earth, hips shoot up and back. Inhale, raise your left leg towards the sky. Exhale, gently bring it between your hands. Come into Anjaneyasana on this side. Wiggle your left toes forward so your left knee does not extend beyond your left ankle. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Use your core and your strength for balance. Connect the top of the back shin into the earth, top of the back foot into the earth. Inhale, lengthen towards the sky. Exhale, sink right into the front of the right hip. Inhale, reach tall and long. And exhale, sink a little bit lower. Send the breath to the front of the right hip. One more deep breath in. And exhale, sink a little bit lower here. One more deep breath. On the exhale, lower your hands to either side of the left foot. Curl your back toes, straight your back leg, come into a high lunge. Ground your right hand into the earth, twist towards the left this time. Left fingertips reach towards the sky. Easy twist on this side. Take your left hand, wrap it into your right hip crease and roll your chest open towards the sky on this side. Send the breath into all those nooks and crannies of the chest and behind the heart. Make space for your whole chest to open. One more deep breath here. Reach your left fingertips skyward. Lower them to the outer edge of your left foot. Push off your back foot, step forward, come into pyramid pose on this side. You're gonna bring your back foot forward a foot or two, widen your stance if need be. Both knees are straight, both toes gentling towards the front of the mat. Tack your left hip back and your right hip forward, and you'll notice a beautiful stretch in the back of the left leg. Send the breath into all those areas of tightness and tension. And use the breath to let it go gently, to make space. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. And exhale, fold forward over that front leg. Release everything. 3 breaths here. Step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Come into a forward fold. Engage your belly and slowly roll up to stand, vertebrae by vertebrae. Notice every sensation along the way. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears, draw them towards the back of the mat and allow them to fall towards the floor, palms open, Tadasana. We're going to come to meet seated for a moment on the mat. I wanted to take a moment to do Sukhasana or double pigeon, which I did the other day because I got so many notes saying people loved it, so we'll do it again. Double pigeon is a loose cross-legged position. So take your right leg, put it in front of the left. You're going to draw your knees in towards your hips, so they should be at hips width. If you're super flexible, you can take your right ankle and put it over the left knee. That can make the stretch even more lovely. Some of you that will be easier. For others, the right foot in front of the left knee is where it's at. Rock side to side on your sit bones, hinge forward at your hips, puff your chest forward towards the front of the mat, and your spine is straight. You're gonna walk your fingertips in front of that right shin, forward onto the mat. And slowly lower your head and neck. You should feel a really lovely stretch in the outer right hip here. Stop wherever it works for you and just send the breath into that right hip. We carry a lot of tension into that hip, in our hip area. And I know for many, the holidays are both lovely and full of tension. And this moment for many of you working in healthcare is full of a lot of extra tension. So send that breath and attention to the outer edge of that right hip. And use the exhale to release a tiny bit. Deep inhale into all that tightness, everything that may be calling out. If you need, rock side to side on your sit bones again. Loosen the cross of your legs if any knees are calling out though. 2 more breaths here. Just notice and enjoy the release, whatever it might look like. Don't overdo it. Begin to slowly walk your hands back towards your shins. Rise your torso up with a straight spine towards the sky. Drop your shoulders and just take a moment seated upright. Ground your sit bones into the earth once again and let it go. Straight both legs long in front of you. Untangle them. Rock side to side on your sit bones once again. Move the flesh of your seat, as we say. Tip forward in your pelvis, spine straight and long towards the sky. Knees can be bent gently. Inhale both arms up towards the sky and fold forward into an easy forward fold just to even things out. You'll notice a stretch in the back of the thighs and the legs. And one leg may feel quite different than the other after the hip stretch. Just even things out. Rock side to side on those sit bones. Play with it a little bit. Have a little fun. And slowly walk your hands up your shins, up your knees, up your thighs. Grow your spine long and tall towards the sky. Recross your legs, left leg in front of the right this time. Once again, draw your knees together. Your ankles will be essentially underneath your knees or maybe even a little wider depending on the length of your legs. For those of you that wish, you can take your right ankle and put it atop, your left ankle atop your right knee. Hinge forward at the hips, rock side to side on those sit bones, and walk your hands gently in front of you. It might only be 1 or 2 handprints, or it might be all the way forward, whatever works for your hips. Be kind and gentle with that left hip. Send the breath there. And notice what you might be able to let go. What might you be carrying there that you no longer need? Stress, worry, anxiety. frustration. We all carry something, and that's a place to carry it. So send the breath there and just let it go for you. Making space for connection to yourself, to others. Making space to find light and love around you. 3 more breaths into that left hip. Walk your hands back towards your shins. Hinge at the hips. Raise your torso up towards the sky once again. Sit upright in this position for 1 breath. Huge out breath. Untangle your legs. Feet will reach long in front of you. Toes flex towards your nose. Rock side to side on your hips or sit bones. Once again, inhale your arms up towards the sky. Engage your belly. Do this with intention. Fold forward into a forward fold. Even out your hips and your sit bones. Rock side to side. And just notice all the feels and sensations. Flex your toes towards your nose with intention. And press your knees downward slightly. Just notice. And walk up your shins, your knees, your thighs. Spine straight rises up towards the sky. Point your toes towards your nose. Raise your arms so they're parallel with your legs and engage your belly and slowly roll down to the floor, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your head will be the last to rise. Head to land, sorry. And notice what's touching the earth here. Heels touching the earth, calves touching the earth. Open your palms towards the sky. Just notice all the sensations. Flip your palms over towards the earth. Bend your knees. Walk your heels towards your hips. As close as you can get your heels to your buttocks. Fingers will reach close towards the heels as well. Press into your hands, press into your feet, and reach your hips skyward. Come into a bridge pose. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Lift your hips high towards the sky. Knees energetically connect with one another. Take your hands, grab the outer edges of your mat if you have one, and tug your mat towards your heels to open your chest even further. If you can't do your mat tug, then clasp your hands underneath your hips. And if that doesn't work, just press your palms into the earth. But with intention, reach your hips skyward as high as you can. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you a tiny bit more. Allow your heart to hang in your chest. Chest is fully open here. Take in a big deep breath into your chest and let it out. Hips reach skyward. 1 more breath here. Reach high, knees energetically connect. Slowly untuck your shoulders. Release your hands from whatever you're holding onto. Palms face the earth and slowly lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae, till your hips reach the earth. Draw your knees into your chest. Give them a hug, rock side to side. Massage your lower back. Take your hands, grab the outer edges of your feet and come into a happy baby here. Soles of the feet reach towards the sky. Rock side to side. Press your knees towards the earth as you roll on your lower back. Play with it, have fun with it. You can straighten one leg if that works for you, and then the other. Press your knees towards the earth a little bit. Notice the inner thigh stretch. Bring your feet, soles of your feet together. Press your heels towards your groin, knees out wide. Release your hands, slowly lower your feet towards the earth again. Soles of the feet on the floor. Walk your feet towards the outer edges of your mat. Knees together, feet apart. Raise your hands above you in an easy cactus shape. And allow your knees to fall gently towards the right side to an easy twist. With intention, press your left knee towards the right front corner of the mat. Notice the stretch in the psoas and the left hip. Send the breath into that area. And if you wish, turn your gaze towards the left. Notice your heart slow. And notice how your chest feels. Is there more space around your heart? Slowly bring your knees back to center. Once again, knees together, feet apart at the outer edges of your mat. And allow your knees to fall towards the left this time. Right knee presses towards the front left corner of the mat. Long stretch through the right hip and the right psoas. Hands are still in an easy cactus above you. If you wish, turn your gaze towards the right. Gently bring your gaze back to center. Bring your knees back to center. Readjust your hips so they are back in the center of the mat. Untuck your shoulders if they got kinked. Bring your hands back towards your sides and stretch your legs out long in front of you. Palms will be about 6 inches from your hips, facing open towards the sky. Toes relaxed towards the outer edges of the mat. Come into Shavasana, or final resting pose. A few moments to rest completely. Allow the earth beneath you to hold you. Allow your body to breathe itself. Connect with the stability underneath you. And connect with your heart, deep within you. And allow yourself right here to just be for a few moments of stillness. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Draw your arms long above you and your feet long in front of you. Take a deep inhale, stretch tall and long. And a huge exhale. Bring your knees into your chest and slowly roll over to whatever side feels right. Pause for a moment. See if within you can find a feeling of connectedness for just a moment. Are you more connected to yourself and to those you love? Press your hands into the earth and slowly come up to a seat. Bring your hands directly to heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum and your palms together. The light in me honors and reflects the light in each of you. Together, we can shine more brightly. Hope you all have a beautiful weekend. Namaste.